Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee, and it has been a while since we've had a chit chat or even an update. Um, I've only been doing 3 videos a week because I'm helping my mom through her recovery. And for those of you who've been asking me and have been keeping her in her prayers, thank you so much. She had her surgery and she come through beautifully. Her aortic valve fit beautifully. um, I couldn't believe it. She was awake. Well, I don't want to say awake. She wasn't completely put under for her surgery. She was like in a twilight sleep. But she said she remembers it all. And she didn't feel anything. I'm just amazed. And I'm so happy. And I'm thanking everybody for their prayers because she's doing fantastic. Um, that was the biggest thing. And that is the reason why I'm only doing like 3 days a week. Now she's 1 week post-op. So I'm going to do this, they want it, they want her to be 2 weeks, and then she can go back to work and stuff. Now, tomorrow she'll be able to start driving and do a little more lifting and things such as that. But I want to give it 1 more week of, 3 videos a week, and then I'll be back on track. And oh my gosh, it is gorgeous outside today. It's like 60 degrees out. I can't wait to get into the greenhouse. My husband, the last time he was home, we got it all organized in there. It's all ready for me to move into it and start planting. Except I don't want to do that quite yet because it's been really cold at night. And we got another couple days of really cold nights. And then I'm sure my greenhouse heater will keep it warm at night. Then I can get out there. But I've got all that stuff in my window is like a jungle out there in my dining room. It is growing so big and so beautiful. The other thing is I got a little rototiller. It's a little electric tiller. It's about, I want to say about 14 inches wide, so that I can till all my beds in, because I have also cleaned out my coop and I amended all my beds with that, because I can do that this early because I won't be planting until the end of May. So once I till it in and give it a couple months, it'll be just beautiful for planting. Not to mention I've got a huge compost pile going because I did do the deep litter method. And I got a huge pile of drunken compost going. So, and you ask what's drunken compost? It's amazing. All you do is you get your compost. I have got kitchen scraps, leaves, small twigs, and all my straw and my chicken manure all piled in my big compost bin. And all I did was take a bottle of beer, a bottle of Coca-Cola, and normally you would take like ammonia, a cup of ammonia, and mix with all that and pour it over your compost. And what it does is it accelerates it. So I don't have to use the ammonia because I got the chicken manure. So now I will have compost in about 1 month opposed to 6 to 9 months. It just accelerates it, and it gets everything going. It gets it, it brings in, I don't know, I think really honestly the yeast and the beer, the bacteria, the yeast and the sugar from the soda just get that pile. It just feeds it and gets it decomposing and and composting down. It's wonderful. But I will have compost by the time I start planting. So I'm excited about that. And chicken manure is probably one of the best beside of rabbit manure that you can use. It's top of the line. So I'm really lucky there. Speaking of the chickens, I'm talking so fast. I'm sorry. I gotta slow down. They're doing good. I lost 2 chickens, 2 hens through the winter. And Quackers passed away. For those of you who don't know, I think she was old though, because she was my daughter's duck, and it was given to her, so I never really knew how old she was. But she just passed away. So I'm thinking it was age. Nothing got her, you know, she wasn't sick. So I'm thinking again it was just age. Otherwise they've done quite well. Mr. Rooster. Oh, he is a little pot licker. He is very, very mean. Not so much to me, but even if my granddaughters get up near the fence to want to see the hens or give them a little goodies, he's like claws out right at them, coming right at them. And the one day I went into the coop to feed them. Don't be hating on me. I went into the coop to feed him, and my granddaughter Nene was with me. And I turned around to shut the door so that the hens wouldn't get loose. And right away, she was right next to me, and he nailed her. Friends, he put a good old hole right in her leg with his spurs. And I kicked him. You know, just out of natural reaction, I just kicked him away from her. And I kind of shoved her behind me. Well, he come at me. And I thought, oh, you'll be chicken and dumplings before I put up with that. And I kind of shoot him back. Well, he got me twice, 2 holes in my leg. The third time he come at my granddaughter, he come midair at her, right at her. He flew up and he was right at her. And I snatched him right by the neck, right in midair. And I thought, no, I'm just going to wring it. I'm going to wring your neck, buddy. You're all done. And I'm telling you, I was in an absolute rage. My marbles were gone because all I could think of was he's all done. He is going to chicken and dumplings, freezer camp. I'm not giving him away because he's mean. And I don't want him to do that to somebody's little child because they could put an eye out. They could tear her throat open. No. So I had him up in midair. I mean, his eyes were bulging. I was so mad at him. And he was looking at me, and I was just going to wring him. And my granddaughter on the outside of the fence, she's like, Nana, don't hurt him, Nana. And I'm like, just get away. So anyway, I'm like, oh, no. And I dropped him. And when I dropped him, he took off right in the coop. And I thought, oh, good place for you. And every time I go out there, I want to dispatch that rooster because he's mean. And I don't want to give him away. He is no good to me when he's that aggressive. Absolutely not. And, you know, I don't care what people say. Oh, just pick him up and, you know, put his head under your arm and you can train him to be. No. He's a full-grown rooster with pounds of testosterone flowing through him. He is aggressive. He's protecting those hens. He doesn't give a rip whether you pick him up and love him up. He's like, that'd be like trying to do that with a full-grown man. Give it up. Get rid of him. It's no good. So, but he's still out there and literally keeps his distance from me. But I haven't had the little girls out there because I've been very carefully trying to choose my words to teach little Miss Stella that life on the farm, when that happens, you have to take care of it. And I've taught her the word call, and I've taught her dispatching. I says, it's not like I'm going to go in there and just, you know, swing them around and kill them and fling them off in the bushes, Stella. I said, on a farm, it's called calling. And we're gonna dispatch him, and, you know, he's going to go in the freezer. We'll use them for broth. We'll have a meal with them. This is life on the farm, darling. And you've got to know this. They're not pets, especially him. So she's pondering on that. And I thought, well, he's spared for a little while until she figures this out. So, but I'll tell you what, I could have choked the life right out of him that day. Absolutely. I had 2 big holes in my leg. He does not have small spurs. He is a big rooster. And right on the sides of my knee. And I thought, oh, no, all I need for that is to get infected, you know. And little Nene, she was just about beside herself. And she's limping to the house, you know, and it's like real dramatic because that's just how she is. And I thought, oh, little darling, you know, we'll get rid of him. I will get rid of this rooster, and I will never have another rooster as long as I have little children around. That's that simple. I hate a mean rooster, and the only good thing a mean rooster is for is the freezer. So, any older, you'd have to pressure can him because he'd be like chewing on a car tire. But for now, he's out there, and when I go out there, you know, he just kind of, most of the time he's in the coop before I even go out there. He will not come out of there. I'm telling you, friends, I had him by the neck in midair. I think I shocked the holy bejesus out of him. I don't know. But all I know is if I wouldn't have grabbed him, he'd have had her in the face. And he could have put an eye out. He could have slit her throat with those claws. It could have been a disaster. And thank you, Jesus, that I was quick enough to snatch him right out of the air. So, with that being said, enough of the chickens. We are going to redo the coop, though. I'm going to redo their coop because them little stinkers were getting out. I couldn't figure out how they were getting out. I thought, what are they doing? Flying over the fence? And I was out there one day, and I thought, okay, I'm just going to clip one of their wings and, you know, knock them off balance. They won't be able to fly 6 feet up in the air. So I went out there, and I told my granddaughters were with me, and I said, well, we're just going to, the rooster's locked in the coop. I got him locked in there. I said, and our chickens, our hens are pretty docile. We got a couple flighty ones that'll chase them all around the coop. But for the most part, you can just reach down and grab them. So I started clipping wings. And my other granddaughter come around the corner and she says, well, Nana, there's a big old hole, or there's a big old opening in the front of the coop, and that's where they're getting out, because she tried to catch one that was loose, and one of the flighty ones. And she zipped right into that coop. And I thought, I'll be damned, you know, because the other night, I know they were out, oh gosh, about 4 nights in a row. There was about 5 hens out. And I thought, where are they going? Because now I'm going to have eggs everywhere, you know, but I was getting just as many eggs as I normally do. And I thought, what in the world? Are they flying over that fence and getting in and out? I mean, what chicken's going to go back in the fence? You know, so I didn't think nothing of it. And I thought, well, I just got to get them because they're probably perching somewhere outside. Well, that was it. It was that the chicken wire come loose, so there was a nice big gap in it that you just don't see when you're looking straight on, that they were getting in and out of. So I tied it up with some binder twine, and I figure we're going to redo it, so that's how I'm going to leave it right now. They can't get out of it. And we are going to omit that whole section. And we're going to add on a little bit to their coop. And I'd like to make it a little bit taller so that I can at least get in there, and it'll be easy to get in there and clean out. Because that was a booger to clean that out. And but we got it in a beautiful compost, I'll tell you. So that's the plan. We're going to redo the chicken coop and, you know, give it a remodel. The greenhouse is all ready to go. I ordered my new tarp, or my new canopy. It's on there, and it's just waiting for me to get in there. Gosh, what else? My mom's good. Everything's good. I've had kids a lot, too. A lot of stuff going on. My husband is on a new route. He took a new contract, of course, for Walmart. He works for Walmart, but he does the Michigan lane. So he's, you know, Cadillac and Traverse City. So what's nice about that now is he can come home once a week for a 34-hour restart. Plus, you know, after a month, he always takes 3 days off. So I'll be able to see him a little more, and it's really nice. And the contract that he's got is really nice because you all know he owns his truck. And in this contract, his fuel is the biggest expense. That's a given. The contract pays his fuel. So, wonderful. It's like, boy, if you don't take that gig, you're a fool. You know? So he's got it. And he does real good with it. And he likes it. And it keeps him close to home. And that makes me feel comfortable too. Even when we were driving together over the road, we were all over the U.S., all over the lower 48 states, but it was like you always have to have a little chunk of change or a nest egg somewhere just in case something happens to family or a crisis and you got to get home. And I'm scared to death of flying. And I would pray all the time, oh, please don't let nothing happen unless I'm an hour away from home, because it seems like when you're in California, that's when something's going to happen. And I'd have had to get on a plane and fly home, or he'd have had to get on a plane and fly home, and I'd had to drive the truck home. And that was the hardest thing about being over the road, was you worry about things like that. If something happens, am I going to be able to get home in time? And that was the biggest downfall. I do miss driving, though. I miss seeing something different out your window every morning. I absolutely loved it. Now, I didn't like being away from my children and my grandkids because I did miss a lot of stuff. But, when you're driving in the morning and that beautiful sun coming up and something new out your window every morning, just a different view every day and all the things you can see. And believe me, when you drive a semi, you see everything. It's not like in the cars where you can't really see over that Jersey wall. When you're in that semi, you can see everything. We go over the Zilwaukee Bridge here in Michigan. On a car, you can't see anything. But when you're up in that semi, you can see right down into Saginaw. It's absolutely divine. I love it. I love it because I love to be able to see everything. So I do miss it. I don't really miss the life because driving over the road is not a career. It is, but it isn't. It really is a way of life. A career, but a way of life. Different way of life. Anyway, so, oh gosh, I've been cleaning out in the yard, doing some raking, every little bit of chance that I get. And I'm excited to try that rototiller that I got. I ordered that from Amazon. It was very reasonably priced. Came in a couple days. I got it. It's electric, so I don't have to mess with a gas-powered and trying to start it like that. And, because of my thumbs and my hands aren't the greatest anymore. So, and it's perfect size for my beds. And then where I always grow my beans over on the other side of my house, I'll be able to till that out a little bit bigger. So I'm excited about that. My onions are coming up. I mean, I could probably, in another, week, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks tops, I'm going to be planting all my potatoes because usually you plant those on Good Friday, but, Easter's a little early this year. Last year, I think it was second week of April. So, I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off. I always used to plant my potatoes, most always, generally. I plant my potatoes by Good Friday or on that weekend of Good Friday. So this year I'm going to push it up about a week and get it in the second week of April. I'll be planting them, first part of the second week. So they'll be in the ground. I'm going to till up that little area in front of my greenhouse where I grew my potatoes last year, and many of you remember that. That's all going to be sunflowers because my little canopy for my market stand, I bought a 10 by 10 canopy for a market stand so I can sell baked goods and, all them fun things that you can make money on your homestead. My produce, my jams, my jellies, baked goods, plants, arts and crafts, eggs. The sky's the limit. You can do so much. And I've got a perfect spot right out here. It's in front of the main drag. So hopefully I'll have some good luck with that. And I got plants all started for that. I'm going to sell, I'm going to put together nice potted flowers. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. I got a lot of plans for that out there. And so I'm going to be busy with that. And I'll take you along with me on everything. It might be just a short vlog. It might be a give this a try video. It might be a how I do it video. But I'm going to take you with me on my little homestead journey. You're going to be right with me in my greenhouse, in the chicken coop, tending to my market stand. So we're going to have fun. This is going to be a good summer. And I'm just hoping that, the garden does as good this summer as it did last year. Plus, I'm going to have more because I am selling it this year. And, I still give stuff away. That will never change for me. That's just the way I am. If somebody comes to my market stand and they don't have money, they're not. I repeat, they will not go away empty-handed. I just could never sleep at night if I did that to somebody. Take what you need, and please don't waste what you take. That's all I ask. So, this is going to be fun. Anyway, I have to get off here. I just wanted to bring you back, tell you, everything's good, give you a little update, things that's going on, things that are to come. Tell you about the rooster because I've had you in suspense for 2 weeks. He's still there, but not for long. I guarantee it. And I certainly won't put that on video because that's not video material. You dispatch a chicken, you dispatch a chicken. That's not video material. So you won't even know when that happens. Anyway, I've got several things I got to do. My neighbor put an order in for some homemade bread. They love my Amish white bread. So I've got several people that are saying, come on, get on with it. We want the bread, and I sell it to them. And or I give it away if they don't have the money. That's fine too. But I've got several orders for some Amish white bread, so I need to get going on that. I also got orders for what is it? My on the tip of my tongue. Don't you hate that? My cinnamon pull apart bread. I got orders for a couple loaves of that. So this is going to be grand. My mixer is beautiful. I have been making bread till the cows come home, friends, and it turns out wonderful. I did a couple videos on it. I made my mother. Now, this wasn't a recipe that I followed, but I am going to share it with you because it was just a concoction I put together for bread. I made her a whole grain bread with whole wheat, my stone ground whole wheat flour, and I put her pumpkin nuts and sesame seeds and flaxseed and all that good stuff in it because they told her, if you're going to eat bread, eat 100% whole grain. So I made her some. And I thought, just on a whim, and I thought, you know what, we'll just give this a try because I know what's in this bread. I can do this. I got this. And it turned out fantastic. Now I got other people that want it. So I'm definitely going to share that recipe with you because you're not going to find that recipe in any books. It's not even in my cookbooks because I just whipped it together. But it did turn out fantastic. Speaking of cookbooks, friends, my third cookbook, I am putting the index together right now as we speak. I worked on it last night for about 4 hours. It is within hours of being finished. And then I've got to send it off to be published, and it'll be perfect. It'll be ready to sell. And I'm hoping that, this is going to be, it's going to be right around the same price as my second one. But it's packed with so much more stuff, so much fun stuff. I've got DIY foods in there. I've got compound butters. I've got canning section. I've got, I've got dehydrating, cleaning supplies, all DIY foods and all DIY goodies. So it's just like simple homestead living. And there's just tons of stuff packed in there. And I know you're going to love it. So anyway, with that being said, I need to get going because there's several things I got to do. And I got to go test out my rototiller. I was hoping my husband was going to be home today for a 34, but he's like, man, they offered me $150 to go take this run, $150 extra. I'm like, oh, go take it. You can come back another day. It's all right. So I'm going to go test out my rototiller. He was going to do that for me. We were going to do that together, but he's not going to come home today, so I've got several things to do. Bread to bake. I got the rototiller to try, my chicken chores to do. No rest in sight. So you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for chatting with me, and I'll see you tomorrow or the next day. My videos will kick in back to normal after another week, friends. I just need one more week. You all have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.